What's good, people? What is up? What is they went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. Mike.
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's Meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really let Hello Casting Wardrobe? Y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not gonna see it. We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, "Baby, you ate on this first date. You giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Well, you gonna run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins." That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. This what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Ooh, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to stop. I thought Lil Murder was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lube and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Uncle Cliff, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had it on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Yana Van Zamp's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup clumped here everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. Like, you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see you. Get me up in my DMs because I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue, jock strap, something like that. I'd love to see it. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
Hey everybody, sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm here. Sorry I'm late. Listen, I I do have a day job that keeps me busy. And I got to do all of this stuff I got to do for that. Nevertheless, y'all don't come to hear me talk about that. Y'all come to hear me do my thing. And the thing is what we shall do. Welcome to Run Your Mouth. I'm Mel Teddy 27, here to give you all of the news and politics from the day. Let me check a couple things. I think we have another light dossier. I'm telling y'all, I've been purposely making sure to have a light dossier so that I don't get overwhelmed. And I oftentimes want to make sure that I adequately curate what I put in front of you all. So yeah, we're here. I'm just checking a few things, y'all, making sure I miss nothing in the dossier. Because it's been a long day, but we gonna make it. How's y'all Thursday going? How is your Thursday going? Um, yeah, okay. It looks like we're good. Looks like we're good. Yeah, looks like we're good. All right. So let's get in, get out. I got to get out. When we get off here, I got to get something to eat. I haven't eaten all day. I need to eat, so I need to. I might DoorDash something because I'm hungry, y'all. I'm real hungry, and I don't feel like cooking anything. I don't feel like cooking nothing. I don't feel like going nowhere, so I might DoorDash something, maybe Uber Eats or DoorDash. I just don't have the strength, y'all. I am so hungry because I haven't eaten all day because I've been working all day and didn't take a lunch. And I have an interview that I'm supposed to do at 8 o'clock today. So by the time we get off here, I'm not gonna want to cook. I'm not gonna want to drive anywhere. So I think I'm gonna do DoorDash. I think we'll. I think that's what. Do y'all think I should do DoorDash? I think we'll do DoorDash today, y'all, because I just don't have it in me. I just don't have it in me. I do not. Anyway, y'all did not come here to hear me talk about that. Let me say hey to y'all, and then we'll get this party started. Hey, DPG. Hey, grown woman, don't try me. Tamra, what's going on, my love? Hey, Ravine. Hey, Yolanda Morgan. What's going on, Tracy W? Butterfly, how are you, my love? Hey, Complex 613. Felicia, what's going on, boo? How you doing today? Hey, lovely 31 Blueprint. It is good to see you. Hey, Precious Jewel, Universal Goddess. Sakpase, my love. How are you today? Hey, Catherine Powell. Catherine Powell, the next Friday that I'm up here, the next time I'm up here on a Friday, when I drop the link, Catherine Powell, you don't have a choice. You gonna have to bring your behind up here on this live so you can give me all my updates from the beef sector. I'm just saying. Hey, Kawale, what's going on, sweetheart? Miss Kiki, what's up? Hey, Simera, you good over there, my love? I'm good. Well, thank you. Kawale sent the donation for the DoorDash. Thank you. I did not. I was not expecting that at all. But thank you for thinking of me, Kawale, for sending me a donation for DoorDash. I thank you so much. Oh man, that means a lot. Y'all know I just be shooting the shit when I come up here, telling y'all what's on my mind, and I certainly appreciate that. That is that goes a long way, and that means a lot. Thank you so much, Hero. Hero. Hey, 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 Janae, what's going on? Oh, look, I feel like I need to know about that. Ooh, I need that. I need that tea, Catherine Powell. Girl, I need that tea, honey. Hey, green girl. Hey, Lee. What's up, boo? Child. So, y'all are, so listen, um, the one thing I love about having this platform is we will never let it go and never let it be said that we were not here consistently. I mean, except for when I go out of town, of course. But I'm so glad that I made the decision. Um, I think it was going into 2024. I think it was going into 2024 is when I made the decision to go completely well, not completely, but to focus more on politics on this platform. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was 2024. Going into 2024, I remember having a conversation with Really Being, and I remember telling her, I remember saying, I feel moved to focus more on politics on my platform and not so much on other stuff. Like, we won't cut it out. And I remember coming up here and asking y'all, should I keep, the pop culture stuff? And y'all were like, yeah, but we should stay focused on our politics first. And there was a dramatic shift because we used to do the politics of it all, but the politics of it all used to come like maybe once. At first, it used to come like once a month. We used to do politics of it all. And then it started coming like once every 2 weeks. And then it went to like once a week. And then I found myself having to do the politics of it all multiple times during the week. And I was like, oh, this is a lot. But the people need to be informed. And now we do we focus mainly on politics. And I always, growing up, your people tell you stay consistent, put the time in, do the work, even when people are not watching. Always do the right thing, even when people aren't watching. Always give the same energy, whether it's one or whether it's a million. Give the same energy, and that's what we try to do over here. So I hope y'all appreciate that. I was thinking about that earlier as I was doing some work. I was like, I like that we have made this shift, and I think it was important too. I didn't know we would be where we are now and that it would be this bad, but I think I appreciate that we had the foresight to make that shift and have a space for all of you all now, um, for us to be in community. Who else came in? I saw so. Hey, Candace F. Hey, boo. Demetria, what's going on, my love? Yeah, right. Got to give the people. Got to give them what they want. Um, DPG been around for the good, bad, and ugly. DPG go way back. Been around for the good, the bad, and the ugly. Go way back. So yeah, we ready to get this party started. Yeah, I told y'all I got a light dossier today, so we got time for the fuck shit and fuckery today, since the dossier is so light. And but we gonna make it do what it do. We gonna make it do what it do. Do what you're doing when you're doing. If you're ready to get this party started, go ahead and put a shondo in the chat. While I'm thinking about it, so we are about a week away from the cruise. I don't have nothing to wear. I hope my shirt. I gotta go check the mailbox and see if the shirt came in. I don't have nothing to wear. I got hats. If I don't have nothing else, I have a hat or two. But I don't got. I gotta buy. Well, I know I got a one shirt. I gotta find a hat to go with that shirt though. But I know I have at least one shirt. The shirt that we got for the cruise. I'm gonna bring my 49er jersey for the Super Bowl. So I'm wearing my 49ers jersey for the Super Bowl. What else I'm gonna wear? I don't know. I don't know what else I'm gonna wear. I gotta figure that out. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I need to figure out my outfits and stuff. So yeah. Otherwise I won't have nothing to wear and people will think uh, 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 um I'm a cheap broke whore. I might be though. I might just be all of that. Right, I ain't checked the mailbox yet, Ravine. I got to see if my shirt came in. Not my jersey and nuts. You know what? So I gotta. Well, I said I want to go do nothing but lay in bed, but the people probably want to see me, so I gotta come out the bed on the boat every now and again. So I gotta find something. Well, it's something in the closet. I'm not going. I know one thing I'm not going to do. I'm not going to go buy nothing. I'm going with whatever I got. I'm not going to go buy nothing. I got a couple of shirts in there. I mean, it's a cruise. I can wear a t-shirt or something. You know what I'm saying? We only gonna be on there like 3 days or something like that. So, I already got one day. I know I'm gonna wear a shirt. Maybe I could wear my Celtics jersey. I got a Celtics jersey I might could wear. I don't know. I'll figure it out, y'all. I don't know. What I do know is I'm not going to go buy nothing. Not going to go buy nothing. I did buy seasick patches for everybody. So I did get some seasick patches. They came in, but I don't know if I got enough for everybody. Well, we only needed 3 days. For 3 days. So um I bought motion sickness patches, and there's like 35 people coming, and it's 32 patches. See, and I bought 4 packs, so I'll be able to give everybody one. Oh, everybody should be able to get one. Hopefully, I mean, get 3 for the 3 days, I should say. See, I bought 4 because I was thinking about the people. So some people may get motion sickness, so I bought the patch. Slap it on your back, and you'll have one for each day. See how that works? And I bought something else. Oh, that's for me and Tracy are sponsoring the bar crawl. So we have things that I can't tell y'all that we're getting for the bar crawl. Anyway, child, I wish. I ain't wearing no thongs on the. I don't like stuff going up the crack of my ass. I mean, sometimes I do, but I prefer a jock strap over a thong. Hmm. I don't really do the thongs. They get irritating up the crack of my ass after a while. I like a good jock strap because then you ain't got to slide nothing to the side. Everything is wide open and you can just go on up in there. See how that works? Listen, Ravine, you know me. I ain't pulling. I ain't go. Listen, I ain't buying nothing. I'm pulling it right out the closet. Um. Hey, Xavier. Also, you've used them before, Catherine. Okay, so I guess I did a good thing. See, El Teddy did a good thing for the people, and they don't even got to pay for it. I just bought it for the people. See what I'm saying? I said, let me think about the people, and got motion sickness patches for everybody. Um. mm, I don't like the slide to the side, Xavier. No. Anyway, y'all, it's time to get this party started. Larry, we ready. Larry. I think Larry's ready now. Um, Larry is ready. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary gender conforming members of our audience, I bring to you the late great Larry Myers to help us usher in our Sugar Spike segment.
You see, this is the part that I like. Major sugar spike.
So long now, I want to fight. That he gave, his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And who shall ever believe?
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus! I wish somebody help me.
Jesus. Thank you, Larry. So we start off our Sugar Spike segment in the great state of Georgia. Now, although I may reside here in the great state of Georgia, I don't often report on Georgia. I try to report on, I never want to seem biased. I never want to seem like, oh, um, I'm, only talking about where I live. So I purposely try not to do a lot of reporting from Georgia or the greater Atlanta area, because I know there's a lot of people all over the country. So, but we have to start in Georgia. So, for those of you all who were not on the live yesterday, remember yesterday was Wednesday, and Wednesdays we are on Twitch only. Wednesday is Twitch Wednesday. So, if you were looking for us on YouTube yesterday, we were over on Twitch. So, during Run Your Mouth yesterday, while we were over on Twitch, we did report on the fact that the FBI raided the Fulton County Board of Elections, and the and everything that was going on with that. So what came out later after excuse me, after I got off the live, what ended up coming out later is the fact that Tulsi Gabbard, the DNI, the Director of National Intelligence, was there at the raid and involved in the raid of the elections department over down to the Fulton County, where they had a warrant from a judge, a judicial warrant to take all of the 2020 voter records. Now, the question that everyone has is, why was fucking Tulsi Gabbard a part of the FBI raiding the Fulton County Board of Elections for the 2020 election data? The Director of National Security, the DNI, does not, I'm not national security, national intelligence, excuse me, does not involve themselves in things like elections. Again, the DNI, the Director of National Intelligence, does not get involved in elections. Here's another news flash. Hey, Mama Bees. Hey, crazy homebody girl. Question is, last time I checked, I'm going to revert and rewind all the way back to 7th grade civics. Who was my 7th grade civics teacher? Oh, what was that man name? It was a man. He was an old white man. I mean, he had to be in his 80s at that time. I know he did and gone. Oh man, what was that man? It was an old white man for my 7th grade civics class. I remember. And he was old school. Like, you had to write everything down. You had to memorize stuff. He called it out. He asked a question. You had to and pointed to you with this long stick, and hey, you had to call out the answer. He was a military guy. He was militant. He was, I'm sure he was racist as hell, probably. I remember some of his antics, and I can tell you he was probably racist. But reverting back to my 7th grade civics class, I recall being taught that elections belong to the states. The federal government does not put on elections. That is not the job of the federal government at all. Elections are not run by the federal government at all. for that matter, and this is important because we have a story about elections that we're going to spend some time on. So I'm going through this on purpose. So when we get to that story, you'll remember all of this. Hey, Twin Flames. So if the federal government is not involved in elections, and that is the duty and job of each state falling under the Department of State within each state to put on said elections, and each state has the power and ability to hold elections however they should see fit, as long as it does not disenfranchise the voting of the citizens of that state. They can make the decision to hold elections how they see fit. This is what I remember from my 7th grade civics class. Why for then would, and we talked about this yesterday, why would the federal government be concerned with the voting records, not of the last presidential election, but from the previous one, the one that your president has falsely claimed over and over was stolen? The same election that your president has used taxpayer funds to spread conspiracy theories about. Hey, El Cid. Hey, Symmetry. Now, I told y'all, these people are going to do everything in their power to steal the election. If you ask me, I think they stole the 2024 elections, but the weak ass Dems didn't want to put up a fight. But I swear, if they did, they would find that the 2024 election was probably stolen. Hey, Montrez, what's good, bruh? But here we are. Nevertheless, again, let's go back to Tulsi Gabbard. Now, Senator Mark Warner of the great state of Virginia, when he saw the picture of her floating across the internet, he posted on X, formerly Twitter, the video and said, "Why is Tulsi Gabbard at an FBI raid on an election office in Fulton County?" He said, quote, "There are only two explanations for why the director of national intelligence would show up at a federal raid tied to Donald Trump's obsession with losing the 2020 election. Either Director Gabbard believes there was a legitimate foreign intelligence nexus, in which case she is in clear violation of her obligation under the law to keep the intelligence committees fully and currently informed of relevant national security concerns, or she is once again demonstrating her utter lack of fitness for office that she holds by injecting the nonpartisan intelligence community she is supposed to be leading into a domestic political stunt designed to legitimize conspiracy theories that undermine our democracy." End of quote. He wasn't done. He had more to say. He said, quote, "Either a serious breach of trust that further underscores why she is totally unqualified to hold a position that demands sound judgment, apolitical independence, and a singular focus on keeping Americans safe." End of quote. Something's not right. And what we know about this administration at this point, they are bold about what they do. They don't hide it. They are brash. They are bold. They don't give a damn, because they are willing to show you exactly what they're going to do and dare you to do something about it. Hey, Miss Baythang, they know good and hell well Tulsi Gabbard bitch ass don't belong nowhere near this. They don't give a damn. They're showing you. They're showing you. They're showing you that they're going to do everything they can to change this democracy. They're going to go out of their way. Why would you be looking for the voter records of an election that was already decided? Have anything to do with the fact that you violated the law by calling the Georgia Secretary of State looking for enough votes in Georgia to help you win? What are you going to do with these votes? I told y'all yesterday they're going to alter these votes. What they're also going to do is they are looking to rewrite history, say that this president won the 2020 election, and say that the United States owes him because he was cheated out of an election, and find a way to parlay that into something very nefarious. They're going to find a way to parlay that into something very nefarious. What I'm about to say is going to sound like something very far-fetched, something you would see in a parody movie, or that may seem like it's AI, but this is the America we live in. Who's to say that they're not going to alter these votes? They're not going to have everybody in the executive branch validate that the election was stolen from Trump, with the backing of the Speaker of the House, with the backing of the majority leader in the Senate, probably with the full backing of the Supreme Court. And then you'll see something like Biden in handcuffs and arrested. I know that may sound hyperbolic. I know that may sound far-fetched, but don't put it past these people. I have every reason to believe these people will alter votes. These people will do whatever they can to rewrite history. Then they'll come out. You'll have the DOJ saying that the election was stolen. You'll then have them saying that Biden illegally took office, and they will have him in handcuffs. You'll see an indictment come against Joseph Robinette and Kamala Harris, and see them in handcuffs. Y'all can say, L. Teddy, you're going down the conspiracy theory roads. That's just way too far. They'd never do that. Really. How many things have we seen happen over the last year that we've said they'd never do that? That could never happen. Oh, no. It goes back to 9/11. The failure was failure of imagination. You couldn't imagine. Remember, that was the problem with 9/11. There was the failure of imagination. Nobody could imagine them using planes as weapons. There's a failure of imagination in the opposition, and thinking that none of this could never happen. Now, we had a full-scale report that said that Russia interfered with the 2016 election. And you know what this administration did? They had the report erased. They had the report destroyed as if it never happened because they refused to admit that that happened. We have to understand you cannot put anything past these people. I'm just saying. Now, you talk about Governor Kemp, LC. I thought Governor Kemp was elected in 22, not 20. I thought that was in 22. Governor Kemp. I thought that was 22. Either way, the point that I'm making is we all should be afraid. And please don't think it's going to stop in Georgia. Nope, 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 nope. Here we are. In more news in the great state of Georgia. Let's stay in Georgia. Let's stay in Fulton County or the greater Atlanta area. Shall we? Well, Georgia, it's your turn. Yeah, Georgia. You know how y'all just looked to the side and acted like there was nothing, this was none of y'all problem? No, nothing to see here. That's in all of them other states. We good over here in Georgia. They wouldn't dare come here. They're here. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement has opened a satellite office around College Park to accommodate more administrative officers. ICE spokesperson Lindsey Williams confirmed to news outlets that more officials are working in the new office, but did not disclose the location. It is located in College Park, though. In addition to the new office, there's an existing ICE field office on Ted Turner Drive in Atlanta. So they already have an office in Atlanta proper, the metropolitan area. Now they've decided to build a satellite office in College Park. Yeah, because you motherfuckers sat around there and said, oh, yeah, they ain't coming down here with us black people. They're here. And they're setting up shop in the black neighborhoods. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't an immigrant population in Atlanta. But the immigrant population in Atlanta is on the north end. The Nigerian consulate, I stay on the north end. The Nigerian consulate is about a mile and a half from me. I stay at least 45 minutes to an hour from College Park. The immigrant population, they not down there in College Park like that. But where did I set up shop? Now they're in the, I agree. I said they're in the West End. They don't be down there in College Park like that. I've seen them in the West End. The furthest I've seen a big immigrant population, I've seen a little bit in East Point, but you get the West End, but you come up here on the North End. Come north of the perimeter, Sandy Springs, Buckhead, Roswell, even Dunwoody, Marietta, baby, they don't fuck off. They are here. The immigrants are up this way. But where are they setting up? College Park. It's black. That's black people town. Black people town. That's Fulton County. Mm. The ICE is out there though. They coming. They're here. They're all over the place. See what they're gonna do. They're gonna lock y'all black asses up. They are. They are. They're gonna lock y'all black asses up. Yep. Here we are. I don't know how these people thought that their black skin was gonna have them absolved of not going through this. Hey, Uncle Jay. Y'all can keep them down there in College Park. I don't know. I mean, since it's everybody think, oh yeah, these YNs in Atlanta, they ain't about that. They ain't gonna play with ICE. They gonna show ICE something. We heard the same thing about Chicago, and they had the black people in Chicago laid out in the middle of the streets, dead in the middle of the night. Said the same thing everywhere they went. They went to North Carolina, ran roughshod. Went to New Orleans, ran roughshod. Went to Minneapolis, ran roughshod. They don't give a damn. And let's be clear. I hate to say this about some of these kids. The YNs today, as y'all call them, they're not organized like that. They're not organized like that. They built different. They have no organization skills. They don't have the organization skills. They don't have the leadership for that. So I'm trying to see how they're going to stop this from happening when Atlanta is a blue city in a red state. And that red state governor will give that red president all the access that he needs. I don't know who y'all think is going to save y'all. There's not there's not going to be any magic. Oh, when they come here, they're going to show them. It ain't happening like that. I'm just telling you how this is going to go. Maybe we'll see them down to the Bulldogs. Mm. Mm. Maybe they'll be over there down in Tokyo Valentino. Mm. Mm. Down to the Marquette and stuff. Maybe I'll be sitting next to them while they're having a drink down to Friends and stuff. Hmm. It's nothing you can do. Kemp is weak. Kemp is feckless. Kemp is not going to stop ICE. That they are. I just wanted y'all to know, Atlanta. Let's see what you're made of. Let's see how this is gonna go. In other news, we have an update on the case involving Sonia Massey. the black woman who was murdered at the hands of an Illinois sheriff's deputy. Mhm. Former Illinois sheriff's deputy Sean Grayson murdered Sonia Massey by shooting her in the face back in 2024. Well, he was sentenced to 20 years in prison, followed by 2 years of supervised probation. I don't think he got enough years. He's only I forgot. I think he's in his 30s. Make sure I had that right. Um Hold on. I thought he was, hold on, let me make sure. He's 31. He's 31. Meaning he'll be out by 51. I think he should have got 30 or 40 years. He could still get out and have a regular normal life. No, sorry. He'll need to have a regular normal life. That woman don't have no regular normal life. Is he in gym park? I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know. That I don't have any information on that, Janae. I don't know. Now in court, he gave a statement following his defense. And during that statement, he admitted wrongdoing for the first time. He said, quote, he made, quote, terrible decisions, end of quote, that night and apologized for her death. He said, quote, I was very unprofessional that night. She didn't deserve to be yelled and cussed at and called names. Nobody deserves that, end of quote. Sir, we don't give a damn about your weak punk puss ass apologies. Bitch, die slowly. Now, he was still given the maximum penalty. The maximum that the judge could give him is 20 years. And that's what the judge gave him. Well, hopefully, when you get in there, maybe they'll put him in Gen Pop, and maybe we'll get some of our some of our people over there in Gen Pop to take care of the situation for us. I'm just saying. But according to Illinois law, the second degree murder, the most that they could give him is 20 years, and so the judge gave him the maximum penalty of 20 years. Just wanted y'all to be updated. Here we are. In some other sugar spiky news. Now, I know we have Yana who stays in the great state of Kentucky. Anybody else live in the great state of Kentucky? Because I did want to, this story is coming out of Kentucky, and I do think that we need to be aware, because y'all know how these people are. They are copycats. And the fact that this is happening in Kentucky, don't think that it can't happen in another red state. Now, the woman that you see there is Pamela Goodwine. And she is a Supreme Court justice on the Kentucky Supreme Court. She's the first Black female justice to serve on that Supreme Court. Let me read this to you. The Kentucky House of Representatives formed an impeachment committee and met for the first time to discuss rules it would use to review petitions filed by the public against elected officials for their removal. In the committee's first meeting on January 21st, it accepted petitions filed during the interim and posted them online, including one against Kentucky Supreme Court Justice Pamela Goodwine and 2 other elected officials. According to the rules of the committee, if the group recommends impeachment, the entire state house could approve it with a majority vote. Articles of impeachment would then be sent to the Senate, where it would take a 2/3 vote to remove the elected official from office. Goodwine, who was elected in November of 2024 and became the state's first black female justice, was the swing vote to rehear a case last spring related to the Jefferson County Board of Education's attempt to challenge a 2022 law that would limit its power. Goodwine was elected from the 5th Supreme Court District, which includes Fayette, Kentucky, and its surrounding counties. She was not on the bench when the case was first brought before the court that decided the bill could be upheld. She voted with the majority last December in overturning the previous ruling that deemed the bill unconstitutional. In the petition against Goodwine, filed by attorney and former chair of the Jefferson County Republican Party, Jack Richardson, he alleges the justice had a conflict of interest in the case, since the Jefferson County Teachers Union had given large contributions to a political action committee that brought ads supporting her in her election. They didn't give to her campaign. They put ads out supporting her in her election. And since that political action committee put ads out supporting her, that's deemed as a conflict of interest. Y'all see where this is going, right? Her attorney, Carmine Lacherino from Lexington-based Sturgill, Turner Baker and Maloney PLLC, said in a statement the justice was aware of the petition and would respond to it if asked to do so by the committee, but the petition has no merit and should be dismissed. I said Lacarino is Yacherino, IACC, Yacherino. Her attorney continued in the statement saying, quote, Justice Goodwine takes seriously her obligations to the court, the rule of law, and the people of Kentucky, as well as her personal and professional reputation, and rejects the baseless allegations in the petition. End of quote. She's very well represented. This petition to impeach and unseat um, Justice Goodwine, coming from the chair of a Republican a local Republican party. This is Kentucky. While I don't believe that they'll have the votes to remove her from office, I do believe that they will have the votes. If it should come to that in the House, I do believe they have the votes in the House to make this happen. I don't believe at all that they have the 2/3 vote in the Senate to make this happen. But this should be a dog whistle to all sitting black people that are not Republican across the country. It doesn't matter if you sit on that state's Supreme Court. It doesn't matter if you are an elected state senator, an elected state legislator, later or representative, or any other elected position. Please be clear, because this was not an appointed position. She was duly elected to the Kentucky Supreme Court. Because they didn't like a ruling that she made with the majority, they're going to make an example out of this black woman. Mm-hmm. 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 Yep. Here we are. Here the fuck we are. Well, in our last sugar spiky story, mm-hmm. um We got listen, our foreign policy right now, y'all, is a fucking shit show. Now let me introduce this into the atmosphere. Let's move up to America's hat, Colombia. Specifically Alberta. British Columbia Premier David Eby says Alberta separatists meeting with the U.S. administration and seeking financial backing is an act of treason as the issue of national sovereignty loomed over a meeting between the premiers and Prime Minister Mark Carney. Let me give y'all the background information. There are some people in the area of Alberta that are a part of something called the Alberta Prosperity Project. They want to secede from Canada and become their own state, right? Now, the United States government and members of this administration went and met with this group and to ask to meet with them about them seceding, separating from Canada. They also openly asked the United States government for a $500 billion U.S. line of credit to help them fund this new country that they want to create. The United States Treasury Secretary is openly backing this. Now, let's be clear. The premier of Alberta is not saying that they should separate, but this rogue group in Alberta, Canada, wants to separate, and your U.S. government is meeting with them and openly, outwardly backing them, and is entertaining giving them a 500 billion with a B U.S. line of credit, which is our taxpayer money, to bankroll these people separating from their country against the wishes of the premier for Alberta and the rest of the Canadian people in government. Here we are. So that's why the British Columbia premier said the fact that these bitches even met with the U.S. government to talk about this is an act of treason. What the fuck are we doing? Like, this is literally what Vladimir Putin did, isn't it? Is this not what Vladimir Putin did over in Ukraine? Is this not what Vladimir Putin did when there was that rogue group over in Ukraine? So, y'all are hell bent on picking fights with America's hat. Who, a country with whom, outside of Mexico, is our largest. We import the largest amount of goods from Canada. Mexico is the number one person we import goods from. Number one country we import goods from. Number two, Canada. You have members of the cabinet meeting with these people against the wishes of the Canadian government, not even telling the Canadian government. You didn't tell the Canadian Prime Minister, what's his name, Mark Carney. You did not tell the Premier of Alberta, Danielle Smith. You didn't tell her. She came right out and said she quote supports a strong and sovereign Alberta within a united Canada. End of quote. A mess. A complete and utter fucking mess. A complete and utter fucking mess. Also, while I'm thinking about it, did y'all know that your president is now putting pictures up of Vladimir Putin in your White House? Mm-hmm. Yep. When he had that meeting with Vladimir Putin in Alaska last year, yeah, he has that picture blown up of them on the tarmac and put in the White House. This is why earlier I said, do not underestimate. Hold on, y'all. I'm missing a story. I am missing a story. Hold on, y'all. Hold your line. I knew something was missing because I told y'all to pay attention to the fact that I was giving y'all the civics lesson on voting. Hold your line. Hold your line. Hold your line. I knew I was missing something. Hold on. Here it is. Okay. And I know I had, because I have a picture for, I knew I wasn't going crazy, y'all. I knew I wasn't going crazy. I was like, wait a minute, something's missing here. Now I know what's missing. But while I'm pulling this story up, let me just say this. The fact that your federal government is even entertaining this is way beyond anything we could ever imagine. Yeah, we knew Amy Klobuchar. She was on the Sunday show saying, "Oh, I don't want to say anything yet about running for governor. I'm focused on being senator." When we knew she was about to report on that anyway. But whatever. Um, but yeah, our foreign policy right now is fucked. It's fucked. In our last sugar spiky story, and I may have to spend a little bit of time on this one. So, oh shit, I just closed the damn story. What the hell are you doing, L Teddy? God damn it. There we go. The guy who you see there is Representative Brian Steele, Steil, out of the great state, Republican out of the great state of Wisconsin. So he authored a bill that's been dubbed Make Elections Great, the Make Elections Great Again Act, which is a sweeping elections reform bill. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. With a whole bunch of mandates that no one wants. So This Make Elections Great Again be act, or whatever you want to call it, would require photo ID when casting a ballot and citizenship verification at registrate at voter upon voter registration. It also implements restrictions on how states administer and maintain their election systems. The bill would require mail in ballots to be received by the close of polls on election day to be counted, making an exception for members of of military stations overseas. Several states currently allow mail in ballots to be counted if received up to a certain point after election day, as long as they are postmarked by election day, often leading to delays in determining election winners in states like California, where the vast majority of ballots are cast by mail. It would require states to use auditable paper ballots for a federal election. The vast majority of federal ballots are already cast on paper, with a 2024 Brennan Center for Justice Analysis estimating that 98% of votes cast would be on paper ballots in that year's presidential election. So we already have 98% of ballots during federal elections on paper anyway. The new law, or the bill, would also implement stronger routine voter list maintenance requirements and ban universal vote by mail systems by requiring voters to affirmatively request a ballot to vote by mail. Understand, I'm not sure if it's Oregon or Washington State. One of those states, they have all vote by mail. There's not the option to vote at the voter. All of their voting is vote by mail. There are several other rules. Ballot harvesting, the practice of collecting completed ballots and delivering them to polling centers, would also be prohibited for anyone who is not an immediate family member or caregiver of a voter. It would also prohibit a person from distributing or delivering more than 4 mail-in ballots at a time. The bill would prohibit federal agencies from using taxpayer funds to promote voter registrations. In reference to former President Biden's 2021 executive order directing agencies to help the public register to vote, with Republicans deeming that the practice Biden bucks. The bill would also ban ranked choice voting in federal elections, the system in which voters rank their top choice of candidates rather than voting for a single person. This is used in some statewide elections in Maine and Alaska, and some local elections. I know New York City has ranked choice balloting. I know they do for their mayoral elections and some of their co- um, city council, city commissions, and stuff like that. Um, Here we are. They want to federalize the election process across the country in order to make it easier for them to do their dirt. Take it out of remember, this is the same Republican Party that that didn't want a big, strong federal government, but now they're putting all of these things in place on the federal level. hmm Mind you, we have one of the fairest and purest elections in the world. But here we are. Hmm. Yes, the answer is yes, but what they want to do is the fine print is because even though I'm going through a couple paragraphs and sentences, this bill is hundreds and hundreds of pages long. And the fine print on this bill will say that the federal government will dictate the way in which that citizenship is proven, the fact, and they'll say, oh, it could only be this or it could only be that, and take it out of the hands of the state to determine how they go about validating that. Brace yourselves. I want to do at some point I want to do a full breakdown and give some real estate to this bill because this is a sweeping voting bill, voter election reform bill. Now look at this. Look how easy this is. Hey, Democrats, come to the whiteboard, Democrats. Come to the whiteboard. You notice, Democrats, that there's an election reform bill on the floor of the House that's going to make its way to the Senate. Remember when you had both chambers of Congress and the White House Democrats, and you made these promises on the campaign trail that you were going to pass the John Lewis voter reform act, the bill for the John Lewis voter rights bill. Remember that? And it never even made it to the House floor. Never even fucking made it to the floor of the House for a vote. But these people can shove this shit down our throats and force voter suppression across the country. Mm-hmm. 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 Yep. Here we are. Here the fuck we are. It's time for our video breakdowns. I don't have that many today. I have like three. I think I got three of them. I got three of them today. I got three of them today. Here's our first video breakdown.
All men have tried to shoot their own nut into their mouth, cuz. Oh crap, all men. I promise y'all, all men try to shoot their own kids onto their face. For sport. Yes. I hit the mark every time.
Ladies, I see that you're looking for me to validate this. I know because you're looking at me to validate this so that you could go to your boyfriend, husband, boo thing, bust down, and ask him. It doesn't matter if you ask him, ladies, he's going to deny it. But has every man probably tried to see if they could reach their face? I don't know. I I don't want to say everyone has. It's a common practice. Just like when you're a little boy, there's the common practice of look. I knew Terrence is not popped out the bushes all damn day. I knew if there was anything that was going to get Terrence out the bushes. That was going to get Terrence out the bushes. Now, I can't speak to if everybody has tried to nut on their face. Sometimes the shit is involuntary because when it's go time, the shit just goes everywhere. However, comma, every man as a boy has stood 10 to 20 feet away from the urinal to see if he could reach the urinal. Every man has tried that. I don't care who you are. And not only have you done that, hey, Antonia, every man, I don't care who you are. When you was growing up, you was a little boy. You wanted to see if you could reach the urinal. You would practice from like, first you would start like 2 feet, then you'll go 5 feet, then you'll try 10 feet, see how far that stream can go. Everybody has tried that. Now, I can't say that everybody done tried to note on their face. I'm sure a lot have. But everyone, as a boy, yeah, you done stood away from the urinal and tried to hit the urinal while you're peeing. That is a very common practice. If they tell you they have not, they're lying. They have. And they've done it with their friends in school. It's a whole thing. That's why it's a lot of pee on the floor in the men's bathroom. I'm telling you, it is a thing. Every man has done that. And if you tell me you ain't did it, you're a fucking liar. That you're a fucking, every man has done it. I'm sorry, it is a practice. That's just like a man telling you, oh, I never jacked off in my life. You're a fucking liar. I'm just telling you how this goes. Now, as far as nutting on your face, I don't know what people do. I can't speak to people's sexual proclivities and things. It's all about the art. You should lean back a little bit too. Child, that's why. Listen, I'm telling you, everybody that practice did the whole stand about 10 feet back. Because you want to beat your friends. You be like, I can hit that thing farther than you. That was one of the first times I knew, hey, I like looking at penises. Because I looked over to see, I said, oh, that's kind of big. Oh, we'll tell that story later. Anyway, there's that. Here's your next video breakdown.
Celtics won big in Game 5 in Boston.
I've never dated a man with no job, so I don't know. I can't tell you. I never dated a man with no job, so I don't know. Even when I was in my 20s, although I did date this dude, he didn't have an official job. He worked the block, he was a dope boy. But he had a job, a lot of money. His job was selling, serving on the block. Actually, he didn't serve. He made sure that everybody that was on the block had this, and they had to turn their money into him. That was his job. But I don't know what you call that position. But they turned the money into him, and then he had like the big dude that he had to turn all of the money into. But that was still a job. I'm just saying. I'm with who said that? She ain't got no job either. Right, crazy homebody girl. Why are you home all day? Getting your back cracked. Trying to tell you, Tracy, trying to tell you. And I promise you, Tracy, he also tried to see if he could hit the urinal from 10 feet away. Just saying. Oh, he was accounts receivable? Oh, okay. Because all of the boys on the block, they would either bring it to him. Some of them, he would have to go pick it up because they used to have a real, like, they block used to be like real heavy. So they couldn't like leave like that. But yeah. And they would all bring it to him and he would let them know if they were short and stuff like that. Or, if everything was good. I don't know. The ones who serve the dope boys, they do you right. They do you right. Child. That was in my heyday, honey, baby. I was in my 20s, honey. You couldn't tell me shit. But y'all, Xavier, did you say he had on Ethika? I told you, you don't date nobody that wear Ethika. If they wear PSD underwears or Ethika, ladies, stay away. I already told you, ladies. If he wear Ethika or PSD underwear, you don't need to date him. He ain't shit. I'm just telling you. He ain't shit. Don't do it. Save yourself the time and energy. I'm just saying. Yeah, he the supervisor. I'm just saying. Anyway, here's our next video breakdown.
I never bought weed from nobody before. You know what I'm saying? And this was my first time texting a nigga, to buy weed. And just like any nigga, I texted him, "Excuse me, good sir, how many strands of marijuana would you provide me in exchange of 35 American dollars cash?" That's what I texted him. He said, a 3-5 going for 25, 7's going for 35. And I said, 3.5 strands of weed? How many blunts would that accumulate? And the nigga fucking blocked me. Now, I don't know what the fuck I even said wrong or what the fuck I could have changed to make this nigga, but I don't know why the fuck he blocked me, cuz. And I'm really confused because I don't think I said nothing fucking wrong. I didn't want to sound like I wanted to set him up. I didn't want to sound like a cop, so I made a script, and that was a script I came up with. And I don't know what the fuck. I think the nigga just tripping, cuz. Y'all niggas be bullshit. Y'all plugs be bullshit, man.
I don't see what the problem is. I mean, then again, I don't buy weed, so then there's that. I don't smoke weed, so I don't know what a 3.5 and a 7.2. I don't know what none of that shit is. 4.0s and 3.5s. It sound like GPAs to me. I don't know. I mean, one time a friend of mine was like, "I need you to go get me some weed," because I know a lot of people that sell weed. So I was like, "Okay, what am I supposed to get?" He started calling out these numbers, and he was like, "Well, your people have good prices." I said, "I don't know. I don't know what a good price is for weed. I don't even know what a 3.5. I don't know what none of that shit is. I don't know what the going price is. Where do I go to find out what the going rate is for weed, or what the 3.5 and the 7.2s and the 4.0s or the ounces are? I don't know none of this shit. Do they teach classes or something? Is this something you just supposed to know? I just don't know. But see, I'm going to be like him, Terrence. You send me to go buy the weed. I'm going to start asking a lot of questions. Like I'm gonna want to know, well, how much do I get for, you telling me to pay $50, $75? I mean, how much do I get? Oh, you get 4.2. What the what is 4.2? How many blunts do I what is what well, where did you buy this from? Well, who made like I'm gonna be asking questions. I'm just saying. You said it sound like the pit. Gotta make 60 out of 3.5, and that's what's up. Listen, y'all can tell me this all y'all want to. I'm never gonna remember this because I don't buy weed. I don't smoke. I do edibles. And I expect that when I go to the edibles people, they know all of that stuff. They gonna have me right. Shout out to Lazy Boy Snacks because I never have to ask them. They gets me right. But smoking, no, that ain't my thing. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. I mean, I might smoke a skin blunt, a skin cigar. I've been known to smoke a great skin blunt or a skin cigar. $60 is a lot of money for 3.5. See, I wouldn't know. How much should I be paying for a 3.5? $35? $20? How much is a 3.5? How much should I pay for a 3.5? I'm just saying. Those are our video breakdowns for the day. As we swan dive out of the sugar spike segment and deeper into the dossier, we have a huge, major recall. Thousands of products are being recalled by Gold Star Distribution after it was discovered that one of the distributor's facilities had rodent and bird droppings in areas where products were being held. That's according to the FDA. Now, there was a recall notice issued by the company which read, quote, "These conditions created significant risk that products held at the facility may have been contaminated with filth and harmful microorganisms," end of quote. They're saying anybody exposed to the contaminated products could potentially contract an illness such as salmonella or even leptospirosis, a bacterial disease from exposure to animal urine. Products that have been affected include foods such as Pringles, Cheerios, and instant ramen. Drinks like Gatorade, Arizona iced tea, and even drugs such as Advil, Tylenol, and NyQuil. There's a full list here. I'm going to put the link in the chat of the full list. It's a long list, y'all. The list is 44 pages long. You know what a skin blunt is. Don't act like that lovely True Red. Now, it's some of everything on this list. It is the little Rhino gas station pills on this list. Mm-hmm. Jif peanut butter, Pringles. Baby, we can't eat nothing. They even got rubbing alcohol on here. Aleve is on this list. Bayer, Benadryl, Claritin, Dayquil, Excedrin, Motrin, horny goat weed, NyQuil, Pepsid AC, Quaker yellow cornmeal, cream of wheat, all kinds of rice. Just don't eat no rice. Tylenol, Werther's original, Mahatma rice, royal rice, Bamiyan rice, AAHU Barra rice, Royal Chef's rice, Royal Blue rice, Quaker Yellow rice, Quaker Oats. Baby, you can't eat nothing. Ramen noodle, gummy bear. What kind of gummy? Now, wait a minute. Gummy bears. Now, I eat gummy. Gummy Savers Collisions. I'm guessing that's the Lifesaver gummies, the Gummy Savers. Okay. All of the gummy Lifesavers, all of them. Haribo gummy bears. I don't eat Haribo. They too hard. Maruchan ramen noodles. That's the most common ramen noodles. Baby, they trying to fuck us up. All the Haribo, all of the Haribo gummies, all of the ramens are on here. Starkist tuna, Jolly Ranchers are on here. Baby, you can't eat nothing. Oh, Swedish fish, just a mess. Alaga syrup, that mess is nasty. I don't like that Alaga syrup. Skittles is on here. Baby, they got everything on here. Domino sugar, Special K cereal, Crystal's hot sauce. Baby, and I'm only on page 5, and it's 44 pages. Everything under the sun is on that list. Everything on that damn list. Go look at the list. What the hell? What is happening? All of these products are on a recall list. Let me see if it's a certain area. Hold on, because that's a long ass list. Okay, it says the facility distributed products to 3 states: Indiana, North Dakota, and Minnesota. So we just got to look out for our boy Cams. Cams, don't eat nothing up there in Minnesota. Let me call Cams when we get off of here and tell him don't eat a goddamn thing in Minnesota. They already trying to kill the people in Minnesota with ice. Now y'all trying to kill them with the goddamn food. This is the shit that I be talking about. They said that refunds will be provided upon requests. Gold Star Distribution is asking anyone in those states who has purchased any of these items to destroy them immediately and send proof of purchase to Gold Star's Minnesota address. Refunds will be provided upon request. That's a long ass list. Oh, I don't think they gave us no dates. Hold on. Let me see. They didn't give no dates. They ain't no dates on here. Let me see if there's any dates on the FDA site. No, the FDA site don't say nothing about no dates. It just have a long list. It don't have no dates. It just have a list. That's all I got. I don't know what y'all want from me, okay? What do you want from me? I didn't do it. I ain't do it. Looking at me. Yeah, I put the link in the chat. I didn't put the link in the chat. Hold on. I thought I put the link in the chat. There's the link. Lord. They caught Gervonta, y'all. Yeah, that's his mugshot. Yeah, they caught him. I mean, you still kind of cute, Gervonta. I might let you fuck. I don't know. But they got him. They say they caught him because based on his Instagram stories, they caught him in Miami. They say he was over in the design district. That's down there close to Midtown and stuff. Not Midtown. I said Midtown. And that's down there close to Wynwood. I said fucking Midtown, like I'm talking Atlanta. That's over there close to Wynwood, I should say. The design district and stuff over there by Wynwood. They say that's what they called him. They said he was bragging on Instagram that he was pushing some lady down the stairs the other day. hmm He all on his Instagram, on his reels, short and stories, showing everybody what he at, flexing for the gram and stuff. hmm They say they ain't even have to do a whole lot of investigation. They just went to his social media and it was real quick. Y'all remember they was looking for him for a little minute. They was trying to do all of this intel, and somebody just finally told them, "Hey, just go to his Instagram. You'll see where he at." Yeah, they gonna get you, Gervonta. You a little too cute, Gervonta, baby. They gonna have their way, baby. Listen, you see them nice red lips he got over there? Oh, high yellow, pretty skin, and you know he a boxer, so you know he got a nice body, baby. They fit to have they way. Do you hear me? Well, now, I mean, they say your hands are a licensed weapon. You gonna have to use them in there, but I don't think you can fight more than one person. I mean, if it's 4 or 5 of them, bro, I don't know what to tell you. Mm. Just try and clench your butt muscles hard or something. I don't know. Just clench it real hard. Or just grit your teeth and bite the pillow and pray that it's over quickly. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, sir. Go with God. Because I have nothing for you, sir. Okay, so go with God.
Go with God. Go with God, Crispy.
So as everybody's thought, Xavier's queen. Y'all notice how Xavier all of a sudden don't be trying to claim his girl when y'all we know Xavier has been a barb for years. We know that. But Xavier gonna try to come over here like he ain't a barb. And those of you all, that have been on this channel long enough, we have watched Xavier and we know he a barb. But he gonna come over here like he ain't a barb now. Don't try and change it up now, Xavier. Anyway, so it was confirmed that she did pay her $1 million to get citizenship. She paid her $1 million after she paid that $500,000 to that man. She paid her $1 million. So Jeff, wasn't you kind of a barb too? Y'all see how So Jeff came out? He gonna try and say, "No, I'm just a Beehive member." I thought So Jeff was was a barb, was a halfway barb too. Wasn't you a halfway barb too, So Jeff? Don't try not to claim it, not So Jeff. It is empty now. I was trying to drink my little IV in a bottle because my stomach was so hungry. I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten all day. Um, so again, thank you to Kawale. She said take this to get me some DoorDash. I might get me some sushi tonight. But so Jeff said never. What you gonna do when your queen Beyonce pledges allegiance to MAGA? What happens if and when your girl pledges allegiance to MAGA? I'm just asking. I don't know why you feel bad for them people. She's been a horrible person the whole time. She was over there sitting with his daughter and her son, who was robbing America blind, was and requested to sit next to them. Did chumming it up. You forgot about that? Her and Jay-Z was sitting right next to Jared and Ivanka, chumming it up. Child. I'm just saying. Moving on. Jesus God. That is Vernon Davis. So Vernon Davis finds himself in the news. He's being accused of attacking a woman with magazines and books during an argument over an abortion last year. According to TMZ Sports, there was a criminal complaint filed on January 8th where the woman claimed she was that she was at his home on May 31st of last year when a disagreement broke out. And the disagreement was over her pregnancy. Now, according to the lawsuit, she said that he was, quote, hitting me with magazines and books from under his TV, end of quote. Also added that he offered her $10,000. I'm assuming that's $10,000 to go ahead and get this good abortion. She said that he stopped in his tracks when she pulled out her phone to record him. Days later, on June 7th, the woman said another argument broke out when she accused him of lying to her. And when she sat next to him on the couch, she claims he slapped her in the face and told her, quote, not to question him, end of quote. She said later that night she recorded the conversation with Vernon, where he stated, quote, if I really slapped you, your face would be blue and black, end of quote. In the lawsuit, she also said there was a separate physical altercation with Vernon Davis that left her with visible bruises. She stated that the incident was days before the May 31st altercation and prior to finding out she was pregnant, and also noted that there is an open strangulation and assault case regarding that matter. A warrant for Vernon Davis's arrest was issued on January 8th for assault and battery. He is also he also has a court date slated for February. I didn't think he was gonna go out like this, Vernon. Vernon, you supposed to be my boy. You're a beloved 49er, former 49er. I didn't think he was gonna go out like this, Vernon. Well, gotta cancel you too, Vernon. Sorry. We don't do the abusers and stuff. We don't do sexual assaulters and domestic batterers. We don't do that type of stuff. Domestic battery, sexual physical assault of women and all of that stuff. We don't do that shit. I'm just saying. We don't do that shit. Oh well. So first of all, according to the people, that's right. That's a Birkin bag. And this the ugly ass bag y'all be paying all that money for? They say that bag costs like thousands of dollars. Hold on. I know y'all. Let me see. How much is a Birkin bag? Okay. Approximately $10,000 to over $300,000 for that ugly ass shit. Does it give free blowjobs or something? Like, what the fuck? Girl, and I mean, it ain't even cute. Oh, girl. Anyway, well, they're saying that according to a new report, Hermes, which makes the Birkin bags, is asking people where they live before they before they sell you the bag. According to a report, some Hermes sales associates allegedly review a client's purchase history, lifestyle signals, and even residential residential details before extending an invitation to buy a Birkin. Oh, you got to be given an invitation to buy that ugly shit? I know the fuck you lying. The accusation has sparked backlash online, with critics questioning whether the brand's long rumored gatekeeping practices cross into invasive territory. Hermes has not publicly confirmed these claims, but the conversation around the luxury access is growing louder. So, y'all need to know, um let me see. Y'all want to know details around the person's purchase history, their lifestyle signals, and residential details, like where I live. A mess. A mess. They say you can't ask for them. They got to offer it to you. It do look like something I've seen at. Hell, I could find something at Goodwill that look like that and have it on my arm. Say, "Oh yeah, this is a Birkin." How you gonna know? A mess. I don't even think it costs that much to make Xavier. Child. Like exactly. I wish the fuck I would. Oh, it's not pronounced like the Greek god Hermes. It's pronounced Hermes. Baby, I don't know. I thought it was like the Greek god Hermes. It's not named after the god, the Greek god. Oh, baby, I don't want it on the waiting list. I don't want to buy that ugly shit. I wouldn't even want to be on the list to buy that shit. Girl, I wish I would. In our last story of the day, we got to get out of here and get over to Really Be. Um, who is that? Who is this? Hermes, Hermes. It don't matter. I thought it was like the Greek god Hermes. Anyway, so Kevin Gates is in the news. He went on Club Shay Shay and opened up about being sexually abused as a teenager, revealing that his abuser is now dead. He said, quote, "He out of here. He'll never do that to anybody again. I don't want to say too much, but I really broke generational curses with that situation because people that came before me, they was raped. And it created the space for me to have with my children to where my children know, don't nobody never touch you, not even me. I had these open conversations with my children. They are equipped. I created a space for them to be able to tell their dad anything." End of quote. According to Kevin Gates, his decision to share his story with the world has resulted in other men approaching him in public to thank him. Uh, okay. I mean, okay. I don't. That's your story. I'm gonna let you tell it. All right. He's now he. If you're thinking what I was thinking at first, I don't think he killed the person. I think the person died some other way. Because the way he said it is like he's saying that he killed the person. I don't think he killed the person. Um, but who know? I mean, we just reported the other week that he claimed his girlfriend claimed he turned her straight. So who knows? I mean, listen. If it helped you help your children, but listen, I'm here for all of that. help and empower the kids. Make sure they don't have to go through that kind of mess no more, and nobody else out there doing that. I'm sorry that you had to go through that, Mr. Gates. Um, I just hope that you sought the right help for this, and sat down on the couch with somebody so you could exercise whatever is going on, and that the trauma from that doesn't rear its ugly head in other ways. People often think that trauma from sexual assault or things like that only surfaces in sexual ways. And it could really surface in other ways outside of just being displayed in bed or sexually. There are other manifestations that could happen as a result of trauma that you may have uh, um had to endure sexually. So I just hope that you handle your business and do what you need to do, sir. That's it. That's all. That's the dossier for today, y'all. Listen, I don't know that, man. I don't have nothing for it. I mean, now, unfortunately, I will not be here tomorrow. I got to go out of town. I told you I have a funeral this weekend, so I have to travel tomorrow. Um, I may be able to. I may be. I know we're supposed to do the Chasing Atlanta panel, me, Really B, and Abby. So I told him I may have a little bit of time tomorrow night once I get settled into the hotel. I may have some time tomorrow after I get settled. Um, um, so we'll see. We'll see. But I know I gotta go out of town this weekend. I may have some time on Sunday. If I have time if I'm back on Sunday, it depends on how I feel after the funeral. If after the funeral I just want to get in the car and drive home, then I'll get in the car and drive home. If I want to stay the night, I'll stay the night. Shout out to Mariah. Boy, you keep saying stay the night. Just let me rock you till the morning light. It's cold outside and much too late to drive. Come on, Mariah. Mariah is my girl. I love Stay the Night. Thank you all for your condolences. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for your condolences. But I have to go to a funeral. And but I will be back. Y'all know I'll be back like I never left and stuff. All right. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged. They're much appreciated. Um, I'm going to get out of here. I do have an interview tonight at 8. For those who want to come around for that. But other than that, I will see y'all is maybe sometime this weekend when we do the panel for Chasing Atlanta. I mean, my thoughts on Chasing Atlanta, it was a bit it didn't give me a whole lot that first episode. Maybe it'll take an episode or two for them to really get into, the get downs. But it was real. It was not a whole lot to see here. That first episode, not a lot to see here. Um, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Y'all have a good night. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Has Really Be started her live? Let me set up this redirect. Hold on. She might already be live. Let me see if she's set up her live. I don't see nothing set up for her. I don't see nothing. I mean, it was all right intro. It was just okay for me. The visuals were nice visuals, and things like that. But it was just like, we'll see how it goes. We'll see. I mean, Noelle is already on my nerves, but and I don't even know her yet, but she already on my nerves. But we'll see. I was never really a Tony fan because I'll save my comments for when we do the panel. All right, y'all. I gotta go. I'm hungry, y'all. I gotta eat now. Now I'm going to eat. Now I'm real hungry. That's all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. I love y'all. I'll see y'all next time.